Hi guys, welcome back. Sorry about last week. I haven't been real well. I've still got a bit of a cough, and yeah, we're getting through it, but it's all good. Hey Craig, JB, Dan, g'day. Bruce, Mal, Jim, Max Grant, Judy. Hey, g'day. I don't know what you want to see this week. Really nothing to show. Actually, yeah, there's a parcel come today, and I'm pretty stoked to get it. It's been a bit of a process getting it here from the States. I don't know if this light's going to help. Uh, we probably all should go to Bruce's. That's where the party is. You're less likely to do some work watching this than you are at Bruce's, though, perhaps. Hi, John. Hey, Craig. So, parcel come today. And we've got about 10 pounds of cast iron, something like that, 5 kilos. This casting for the Stuart 400, how crazy is that? Fairly pleased with it. It's a fairly nice, neat casting, really. I did unbox it, and I've shot a video for Patreon already tonight, and I'll get that up in the next day or so. Just my thoughts on it and what everything's going to look like and what needs to be done to it, and answering some questions some patrons had about the foundry work and things like that. So hey Scott, hey Alistair, congrats on the big zoom on your channel. So this is about 7 pounds. It's pretty heavy. It's pretty solid. It's got to have a bit of metal out of it. This bore here is only about an inch, and it's got to come out to 33mm, inch and 5/16, something like that, which it should, I hope. I really do. It's then one of these is sent another one as well. This is probably the nice one that bolts on here like this eventually. And there's a couple of cranks come. That one needs a bit of cleanup. They probably both do, but that goes in here like this on the end of the crankshaft. Clark's drilled a hole in here just to make sure that we were getting water circulation through the top of the water jacket, and it looks like we are. I was thinking if there is a problem with it, and we've got a little bit of blowout in the corner there. It's not shabby at all, but if there was a problem, I'd drill a hole through here and run an end mill or such through the top of the water jacket and plug that. But I don't think I'm even going to bother with that. I think it's going to be fine. It needs a bit off the bottom because this has got a bit of pattern draft on it this way. It rocks. And it needs boring through this here, and it needs a bit of a clean up here. Most of these little problems, like this one. Hi, David. Hey, Jardine. Yeah, hi, Mark. This is a bit thin here and a bit thin here, and there's some problems in here, but mostly it's pattern making. And if I had the patterns back and a look at this, I'm sure most of these things could be fixed. Distance is getting to us a bit, so I'm not sure we're going to cast another one, but this is mostly pattern making problems. Everything else seems pretty good. This here, we've got good thickness in here. I think it seems like they're all things that can be fixed with a bit of messing around, another look at the patterns and so forth and so on, but I'm not sure it's actually going to happen. But that's what we got. It's pretty chunky engine, as you can see. It's going to be a bit of a mission to cart it around once it's all together. I was very interested to see how this lines up. This is the base that I cast in aluminium to the different pattern with different shrinkage. And it's not far out. It's probably, it's a little bit bigger than the other one. And if we cast this, I think probably in cast iron would fix it. But I'm not going to do that, I don't think. Life's too short for that. So that's it sitting on the base, and it all looks pretty good. It's starting to get pretty chunky. Cylinder head on there. And we get another 3 pounds of flywheel on there as well. We've got an engine that's, there will be some clearance under here, but not very much. We've got an engine that's pretty solid. That's a pretty hefty engine, actually. I think we're looking at somewhere around about 8-9 kilograms when it's finished is about where I'm aiming for. But we've got some spare parts in case we stuff up, which we might need. There's an extra piston and an extra cylinder head, a valve plate. Hopefully we don't need them. And there's a few other bits to go on here. There's camshaft and pushers and so forth, and a crankshaft and conrod. So I reckon we're looking at around 8-9 kilos when we're done. So there we go. It's starting to come together. There will be a video up on Patreon the next couple of days about this. Just showing a few of the more detailed, a bit of a look at it. And that's fair enough too, unboxing and stuff, because you guys on Patreon are the ones that are actually paying for this, so we should do that. And that also means that there will be a Kenny video, which I've been a bit lax on. I'll publish a Kenny video this week as well, so you won't miss out on YouTube. Hey, Brian. Thinner areas, Craig, good question. I'm probably going to here and here and here where there's some problems with the pattern. I'm probably going to put a skim of Devcon in there, or a Belzona, or a cast iron putty of some sort, and just clean that up nicely there and there, and I think that's plenty good enough. Just for cosmetics, there's a little bit of washout here, not enough to really even worry it. You'd probably just leave it, but I'm probably going to clean that up too. The other thing that might be an issue is that I think this is a bit hard. I'm measuring it at about 70 Rockwell, which means that it's chilled, Whether that's just the skin or the actual metal underneath, I don't know. I don't like the sound of that very much. It's probably going to go in the oven and have a soak and ramp down phase to anneal it. I think it's probably what's going to happen. Is we'll talk to some people about that. This is just cosmetic, and I think you're going to end up too many problems and cracks and things if you braise it or heat it. So I'm trying not to do that. I'm just going to fill them up and they'll do. It's only going to look good. There's no structural strength in it at all. This has got a seal on the bottom here for the water jacket, and there's I guess an inlet and outlet. Whether it'll have a pump, I'm not sure, but probably it's just going to have a baked beans can, if it gets even that. A radiator would be awesome on here, but I can't see that happening yet. Have to think about it. Probably they just had a like convection system with a tank, but there's nothing about that in the drawings or instructions. This looks good, and I think the timing gears will fit under here nicely. There's a camshaft goes in here. If we have a look, the camshaft goes on this point here, and then there's two trunnions, I guess you would call them, for the pusher to go here and here. So the timing gears go in here, and it's very difficult making a pattern and cause for this, because you don't know what you're going to end up with on the inside. You're only really using your imagination. There's no other. You can draw them out as good as you like and hope that there's a bit of a gap there, but to be honest, you're using your imagination. And we've got the height this way very well with the core, I think. It's just that this core could have had a bit of a clean up around here, and probably it's a bit thin in here, and we could have actually taken this core piece that's undercut in here. Originally I made it way down here and he had trouble with that, but we could have probably stopped it about here somewhere and not had any issues with that one. And probably we could have taken a fraction off the top here, but rather than chance it and foul with our timing gear on here, I really didn't want to do that. So it's all just pattern making things, and if we had the patterns back, I could fix them so that next time they'd be much, much better. So there we go, the Stuart 400. We're back in business, and a fair bit of serious machining, but we're going to try and get them a bit softer before we start. Clark already heat treated them, but fairly rushed one night, and I think another go won't hurt them, and get them back down so that they're soft enough to machine and file. So that's what we're going to do. Anyway, I'm excited about that. As for doing this on the mill, my mill's struggling to be big enough, to be honest. We might go and borrow a friend's full-size turret mill and see what we can do with that. Yeah, I'm going to find somewhere to put all this stuff because we're sort of all over the place here. Sorry. See you, Scott. So, what have I done this week? We're going to change the subject. Not very much. I'll turn that light off. This is what I've been working on. It's a box, and it hasn't got hinges or catches or handle or anything on it yet. But it's a box for the dividing head. And there was more work in doing this than I thought there was going to be. So probably if you're going to make a box for something, don't do it like this. But it's got a piece in there for the dividing head to sit in, and it's got another hole for the tailstock to sit in. Sorry about the wobbly camera there. And somewhere for the Allen keys and for the drawbar, all those sort of things. I've still got to find somewhere, probably in the lid, for the other dividing plate. So whether they go in the lid or whether they go down the side there, I'm not sure yet. We're still thinking about that. They might go in the back here yet. But I'm going to finish the inside of it, and then I'm going to probably paint this in a solid enamel colour. I've got a clasp and I've got hinges for the back, and I'll make a leather handle for it. And we should have a box that will keep the dust out of this a bit. It's a big job, this, but everyone seems to think it needed a box, so there we go. I'm probably going to finish that this week, I hope. It's been quite undertaking. This is just MDF. I put a plywood bottom in it. Just for a bit of support. And I'm going to give it a good sand up and end up with a nice gloss coat of enamel on it, I hope. And hopefully we'll have... I'd probably put a leather strap on there to stop it coming open too far too. But hopefully we'll have a box that works. So that's really what I've done. It's taken me about a week longer than I thought it was going to. And it's nowhere near finished yet, but there we go. What's everyone else been up to? JB's been fixing a car. Alistair's been editing video. Hi, David, if I didn't say. Rustanox, g'day. He's been playing. Rustanox has been playing with a shaper if you go and check out his channels. That's good, John. I'm really pleased. Oh, dear Craig, it's good to see you back. Anyway, we're really pleased to have you back. Probably not going to promise a Secret Santa this year because people didn't play very well. But there's a few things happening, and when you get it sorted out, we'll fix it. Hey, Cam, good day. You've been working hard. Good to see you. So that's about it. I've had 4 or 5 days in bed with bronchitis, and I haven't done very much of a night this last couple of weeks. Haven't even really cleaned the workshop as well as I would like to. Everything's a bit dusty and a bit miserable. But we're getting there. Oh, it's good to have you back, Cam. I guess you're back out on the job again next week, but it probably wouldn't hurt you to have a few days in the workshop. There we go. John's given the ultimatum, but we'll see what happens. Doesn't worry me a lot. It's nice to be able to give something to someone, and I might just make a gift to send to someone by surprise anyway. It'd be nice. I've got a couple of projects lined up. I have a friend who's very interested in building a clock, so there's some clock making tools that might come out and get cleaned up or fixed or modified or built or something as a gift for him. So watch this space for that. What else? There was a few new stickers. I got some new stickers. What did I get? Mature Patriot. Vernon in America posted me some stickers. Did I put them on this board? They're on the other board, I think. We might have to do a live stream over on the other bench at some point when I get the mill back together. I got bits here everywhere, electric motors and wires and things, and that's probably why I'm not really in the mood for fixing things. But Vernon from Mature Patriot sent some stickers. That was awesome. It's a bit awkward, Craig. I'm sorry about that. Let us know if there's anything we can do to help. Just reading back through that. Let us know if we can help with anything. No, you're not hijacking. You're doing great. Keep trying, though. We do miss you. And there's a couple of other things that we've got going on that we might get some. You might be interested in, Craig. Another thing that we've done, I guess, cat's out of the bag. I'm not going to really elaborate too much on this, but John and I sat down and decided that we should have some sort of a video collaboration or a mass influx of tips videos on the 15th of September this year, which is about a month and a half, 2 months away. Tipocalypse, yeah. That's going to be pretty exciting. I posted something on Facebook and I emailed a lot of creators. Tiff again. I emailed a lot of creators and I got some awesome replies back. My friend Naomi in China sent back a reply and said she'd love to be in on it. That's Naomi Wu, Sexy Cyborg. Go and check her out. No responsibility taken for blood pressure watching her. Got a message back from Myford Boy, who I believe has already posted and scheduled a video for the 15th of September. I got a email back from this old Tony who seem very keen to put something out on the 15th of September. That's pretty exciting. Replies from Tom Lipton, Do Fab, Ray's Garage, Randy Richard in the shop. Nothing from Dale Derry yet, if he's watching it. Tom Lipton, Bruce at Gemtrek. Just about everyone who's on my board replied and said they would do it. So I'm pretty excited about that. That's something to look forward to. If you're interested, 5-minute video. Have a look at your analytics and see how long people actually watch your videos for. Mine's about 6-7 minutes, I think. I don't think I'm going to last that long with a tip. But just something quick. Schedule it to go up at midnight Pacific time on the 15th of September, and hashtag it with a hashtag, and we'll see if we can shake up the old the YouTube analytics a bit. That's sort of the idea of it. Hey, Metalworks Machine Shop, good to hear from you. Is it something you said? Yeah. I think it's going to be pretty massive. I'm pretty excited about that. And if you have a think about the video, it doesn't matter much what it is, just a tip, a workshop tip or something like that. I've got half a dozen that I've thought of, and I've already sort of shot one. So it'll probably be improved by then. And we might spend some time editing it. So there we go. 15th of September. So check that out. And if you have any queries or any information, you really want to know more about it, drop me an email, send me a message. Facebook, Instagram, anywhere you can usually find me. Chirpy probably went to bed. A really good question. I haven't seen him. I think he does sleep sometimes. So often when he's on here, he hasn't been to bed. No, anyway, I think he sleeps sometimes and he'll watch later. Anyway, that's sort of what's happening in our little world. The mill's still in bits. We've got a box for the dividing head that's probably next time you see it going to be finished. I've got some castings to machine. I've got some new stickers I've put on the board. And everything's pretty good. So I'm going to call it a night. Take care. Sleep well. Cam, Craig, everyone else in Australia. Have a great day if you're in America. I think a nice afternoon if you're in the UK. Thanks for checking in. I'm okay and I'm back now. So expect some videos. We'll catch you around. Be kind to each other.